got one more best of 5 coming up after this one, and it's going to be Major versus Kane. For me, that's the most anticipated match of the night for a number of reasons. One, I love both those guys. Like on a personal level, Juan is one of my favorite buddies. We play Pokemon together all the time.
But you don't love Kane as much as he loves Nurture.
Man, I thought I was the biggest Nurture fan in the world until I saw Kane's tweet. And I was still Nurchio's first fan. I might not be his biggest fan.
One of his only fans for a very long
But
time.
I'll always be his first fan. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 3 between Alive and Koma. But once again, guys, send us those tweets at MrBitterTV, at RightAdam08, and at StarCraft. Who's going to win, Major versus Kane? What are you looking forward to in that series? I can't wait because I've been having a lot of trouble in ZVT, and Kane's a great player. I want to see if I can't maybe learn something from watching.
Yeah, Kane has been in Europe for a long time as well, so that's going to be fun for us to finally cast him again, as it's been a little while. He did make it through the qualifiers, but the qualifier that Kane made it through, that was the one that we were not casting, even though we casted all the other ones. Either way, Ben, this is the last chance perhaps for Koma to show us something great, show us something to remember. I think in both games he put himself in a pretty good position. In game number 1, okay, he took a lot of damage from the Banshee, but after that, it started to look okay in a certain point. Then he got a little overeager with the tanks. And in game number 2, he was actually in a pretty okay position after that first bench. He didn't really do all that much damage. And he had double orbital opening. It's very unfortunate that he never saw that second Rex, because I think if he would have seen that second Rex, he would have played it a little more cautious.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kev. We've got Alive spawning up here at the top half of Heavy Rain. And of course, Koma, who's trailing 0-2, is the blue Terran down at the bottom half of the map. Both players opening up with barracks and refineries. And hopefully, we'll see Koma bounce back. I was hoping to see some greatness out of the kid. He's shown us some sparkles of brilliance, but unfortunately...
he had a very tough draw. Alive is definitely one of the tougher opponents to get in a super important best of 5 that will decide your fate for quite a while. Will you stay in Challenger? Are you going to have to re-qualify next season? Or are you going to make it to Premier League, which is suddenly going to give you a big paycheck? Anything is still possible. We've seen a lot of crazy comebacks in the history of StarCraft, and this will definitely be one of them. But it's possible. It's going to happen one of these days. When a player is going to be down 0-2, and he's going to make the comeback complete. We will see.
Alive going with the Reaper opening, as he wants to get a good scout of his opponent. Koma once again looks like he might be thinking about a Banshee, or maybe doing something else off of that factory. We're just going to have to wait and see. As we see that first Reaper giving chase to Koma's scouting SCV. That's never going to make it home safe. Sad day to be that little guy. The SCV.
Because the Reaper killed him.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking. I was like, where is the action?
Where's the sad little guy?
I'm missing it again.
Now whenever I hear the word sad little guy, I think about the little kitty. I'm like, oh, don't be sad little guy.
Well, that little kitty is out of my heart.
He's so cute. Reaper's going to pick off maybe one more SCV.
Yeah, but at the cost of perhaps his life, though. Okay, Alive realizing that he really wants that SCV, but at the same time it's not worth losing his Reaper, so he starts microing the Reaper away at just the nick of time. Will survive with 19 HP. Of course, Reapers still have that HP regen, so in a later phase he can hop in and once more pick up that very low HP SCV. But not before that SCV finishes up building the starport, which could have been annoying because it could have been delayed a little bit. Either way, great scout so far. He's going to try to trap it with the SCVs. Second Reaper joining
double
in the fun
Reaper,
as well.
and that complicates things a little bit. Alive's going to have to micro a little bit. Does pick off a single Marine before hopping down to the low ground once more. So good scout from Alive. Sees exactly what he's up against. Knows that there is perhaps a Banshee waiting in the wings. And he even manages to pick up, I think it was just a single. No, 2 SCV kills.
Yeah, one was the scouting SCV and the other one was the low HP SCV that was working on the starport. But still, at least the starport didn't get delayed. Either way, great scout so far by Koma. And that could have also been worse. Like if he would have played it very greedy and he wouldn't have the right amount of Marines to deal with those Reapers, then it could have got really painful. Fortunately for Koma, that did not happen. Alive's building, bringing his SCV to the other side of the map. I wonder why. You think that SCV
bunker in the natural? Just to make it a little bit annoying to go and expand.
I mean, if Koma doesn't scout it and the Banshees make its way across the map immediately, that could indeed be very annoying, but I'm still a little surprised. Okay, now the Banshee's gonna see that SCV. Koma must be very surprised. Like,
what are you doing here?
What did he do? Did he proxy something? Now the Banshee is wondering. It's like, boss, you want me to come back? I don't know. I think we're good over here.
Oh, okay. Moving on. Once more, we're going to see Alive scoot through with these Reapers and... nope, changes his mind.
So 2 Hellions are going to make their way across the map and a Banshee. There is a Widowmine in production for alive, and we've seen in the previous game that the Widow Mine can definitely shut this down pretty hard, but at the same time 2 turrets are going up as well. Banshee might be still able to find a sweet spot here and there. It's going to see that Widow Mine pop out as well, so that's going to help Koma at least a little bit. Hellion is working on that Widow Mine, won't kill it.
Almost takes some critical damage, but does not go down. Now it's just a single command center that's forced to lift and retreat back into the main base. Koma trying to make something happen here with this early game aggression. Still hasn't started a command center.
There's a Raven in the mix. And then there is Cloak as well, so that Raven is going to detect that Banshee if necessary. Oh! Widow Mine gets a good shot up on one of the Marines, and the other Marine takes a lot of damage. Well, one Marine takes a little bit of damage.
Little Widow Mine. Alive's been showing us a lot of auto turret use today, which I think is kind of cool. I feel like we've always been a little bit fond of the auto turret just because of the weird things.
This is a lot of damage over here for Koma, Ben, and Alive doesn't have much more than just these Team Marines.
Oh, come on, admin. Get it together.
I'm so glad this is not a Naniwa game.
Naniwa would not be happy about this right now. Get out!
You see the evolvement of Naniwa. I thought it was very cool.
Yep.
Naniwa over the years. It's good to see that some things will never change.
Yep.
Nani being one of them.
I remember that. It was TSL 1, wasn't it? Chill, get out!
That's how it all started.
Whatever happened to Chill, man? He's like old school Team Liquid guy. He's not around anymore.
The last thing I think he cast was TSL 4. He made a couple of guest appearances.
I think he was a lawyer. Maybe he went on to do lawyer things.
And he's probably doing good.
Chill goes
Maybe
way
I
back.
should have gave him a call.
Heyo. Admin is going to go ahead and time out, and as soon as he does, we'll hop back into game. Right now it's 51 supply to 46, and
I mean, this is pretty scary, man. Okay, the game is live again, so we can go back in. We already are. 10 Marines for Alive. Alive's going to have to micro this pretty well. Koma's going to have to micro well too, though. He's taking a lot of damage on his Banshee, but it's not down yet. And this is still, there are a lot of potential damage over here for Koma.
Yeah, Koma's done a great job with this, and still the Hellions persist. Finally, with the Viking popping out,
the
there's
Marine
an answer to the Banshees.
He's going to make the Marine battle ducking out of the tank. That's going to shut it down. Either way, Alive lost quite a few SCVs there. He's down 9 workers. He does, of course, have double orbital, so that's pretty good. Taking a look at the command center from Koma, it's about to finish up. Koma's going to follow this up with another command center, which kind of makes me think that maybe he wants to play a mech style once more.
I'm not sure.
He already has Cloak as well. Now Alive is going to Cloak Banshees on his own. Now that's kind of interesting. By the time once Alive his Cloak Banshees is going to make his way across the map, there's going to be a Raven for Koma.
Yeah, not sure what I think about that. We're going to have to just kind of sit back and wait and see what the progression is going to be. Yes. Both players are just going to sit back. And
another Rex is going down for Koma.
Macro forward.
It is not going to be a mech. It's just going to be some by play. But it's a very quick third command center, which could eventually definitely put him...
yeah, could actually turn into a great advantage for Koma. He'll have the luxury of triple mule, extra SCV production, and most certainly a faster third phase.
Alive is going to be the meching player, Ben, and the scan from Koma is actually going to scout it as he threw down that scan, which was just in range of those 2 additional factories. So that's a great scan by Koma. This time he is catching a break and he scans the right thing. He's also going to see that Banshee make his way across the map because he has his own Banshee on top of it. That Raven should be out.
Yeah, it is. Right overhead of the army.
And there is a Viking over here as well, so I don't think that this Banshee from Alive will get a whole lot done.
Yeah, everything really coming together for Koma here in game number 3. I would say a best case early game for the young Canadian.
Still has a small worker lead. His third orbital is about to finish up, and then he basically just has an orbital commander disadvantage. And we're gonna have a bio versus Magnum. So in game 1 the roles were reversed, where it looked like Koma was putting himself in an okay position a few times. Just got a little over eager. I'm curious to see how he's gonna play the other side. It's almost a whole new matchup. Mech against Bio, Bio versus Mech.
Yeah, absolutely it is. As we see more Banshees flying around on the mountain. Man, Alive is he's set on doing something with these Banshees. He continues producing them.
Alive has always wanted to get that belt on that achievement.
Harassing with auto turret.
You have to kill like a ridiculous amount of SCVs to kill to get that achievement, right? That's something like kill 40 workers with auto turrets. It's like, what? How does it even happen?
TLO got that achievement on day 1. Remember how he used to do that stuff. Banshee's going to make its way into the back of the natural, and Koma perhaps a little bit distracted. Does have his Raven Vikings in position, though. Will manage to chase this away without taking any serious losses. Even shoots down the Banshees. That's a good pickup.
Alive did scout a third orbital though with that Raven, so that's a good scout. He knows that there is already a third orbital command center. That's something. Blue Flame being researched for Alive as well, while Koma is just getting Stim going and +1. As his additional Rexes are about to finish up. He's going to throw down a second engineering bay as well, and we'll most likely see the armory go down soon, so he can just continue upgrading like a boss. And sit on a nice upgrade lead.
Mm-hmm. Still no third command center for Alive. Am I reading that right? Yeah.
You are reading that right.
I mean, that should just translate to a massive lead for Koma, shouldn't it? I mean, maybe he's, yeah, he's going to go ahead and float out and take that third base. A little bit of a Hellion run by starting to materialize here.
That could do a lot of damage. Blue Flame is not ready yet. It will be ready soon.
So far out of position. This is going to be lots of roasted SCVs. Heavy damage going to be taken. SCVs trying not to line up, but a lot of them are going to get blasted.
Oh, and he's going to make their way into the main base as well, where there will be a few SCVs. Some of them are already low on HP. Blue Flame just did finish up as well. And these Hellions are getting a lot of damage done.
Yep, and Alive creating a pretty substantial worker lead for himself and pushing out on the map at the same time. Alive might be trying to
he might lose a lot of additional SCVs, man. Those SCVs already got sent back to work. Here come the Hellions once more. We'll pick up a few more kills.
No, but the more impressive part of this to me is that Alive is attacking at the front. Wow. In the midst of this, the entire army of Koma has been pulled badly out of position, and he has... I don't think that there's any way that he can get in position to defend this third base. He's going to have to lift it.
Point defense was going down on both sides. One of the Raven of Koma did
Man, this command center quite a bit of damage already. When it lifts, there are Vikings right overhead. Siege tanks are sieged up, and Koma's rolling forward as if he wants to try and fight it. I don't think this is going to work out. He's dipping down below 50 supply, and that's going to do it. Good game. Koma taps out, and Alive with a 3-0 victory. Pushes us on to our final match of the day. Congratulations to Alive, getting back into the Premier League.
It's a little bit unfortunate for Koma after the great run that he had throughout the qualifier. Was not really able to show what he's made of today against Alive. As in the end of the day, it was still a pretty decisive victory for Alive. Well, in all games, and there's always this small moment in the game where you think, hey, this is actually shaping up pretty okay for Koma. If he can just build on this, if he can gain some momentum from this